Hello everyone, my name is Gustavo Zomer. I am a PhD student at the University of Surrey in the Center for Translation Studies, and my research is looking at the development of a writing assistant to support international scientific communications for researchers with English as a second language. Today I will be presenting the study on how useful are writing assistants to researchers with English as a second language, and I will be presenting a review of existing tools. We can start by talking about the challenges of publishing in English for researchers with English as a second language. First, English in science is self-perpetuating. Researchers who wish to progress in their fields need to publish in English. Second, papers may be rejected because of non-standard language use, especially because editors receive large amounts of papers and non-standard language use may serve as a justification for rejection. This non-standard language use issue happens because essentially L2 writing is different from L1 writing in many important aspects. This difference can seem to appear even for writers in advanced stages of L2 proficiency. And these differences can influence communication and affect understanding. There are different areas of challenges for L2 researchers which needs to be addressed. We have correctness issues, which are issues based on rules such as spelling, grammar, and syntax. We also have acceptability issues, which are issues based on what is acceptable within a group, such as collocations, expression, and style. These types of issues are crucial for idiomaticity, but they are hard to master because of the lack of rules. There are also developmental and cross-linguistic issues. Developmental issues are issues associated with learning the language, and cross-linguistic issues are issues influenced by your first language. Fixing cross-linguistic issues is important for idiomaticity, but they are harder to master because of fossilization phenomena. In summary, researchers need to publish in English to progress in their fields. However, L2 writing is different and more challenging than L1 writing, and these differences and issues can influence understanding. And papers may be rejected because of non-standard language use. Therefore, L2 researchers need solutions that go beyond grammatical correctness, addressing acceptability and cross-linguistic influence. There are a variety of strategies to solve these problems, but most of them have issues. Proofreading translation services lack specialized knowledge, and researchers also are not learning and improving their English. For academic writing courses, researchers have limited time to attend, and instruction efficacy may decrease over time. Writing assistants, on the other hand, promote learner autonomy and bring assistance to writer at the moments they need it most. Therefore, writing assistants seem the most appropriate solutions for L2 researchers. Therefore, the next step was to perform a review of writing assistants to find a gap in existing solutions. It was conducted in 5 steps: a systematic search which resulted in 38 assistants, an evaluation of each assistant using 57 features, an overall analysis was performed by dividing features in academic, specific, and overall features, a detailed analysis, and then a gap analysis. Here we have the 8 evaluation categories, which I will show the results in a moment. First, for the type of assistants, most assistants offer only the basic functionality of spelling and grammar checking. One of the reasons is that those are the easiest features to implement, as they can be built using simple rules. Also, few assistants offer more advanced features such as style and usage suggestions. However, they are exactly the type of features that L2 researchers need to be able to meet the language standards of high-impact journals. In terms of lexical resources, the most common features are customizable dictionary, synonyms, and dictionary. However, existing writing assistants implement few additional lexical resources features, which are relevant for L2 researchers. Lexical resources are an important area because they can be used as a way for writers to identify errors and notice gaps in their knowledge, as suggested by Menuet. For instance, corpora can also be used directly by learners in what Jones calls data-driven learning. The idea that learners should be stimulated to become a researcher whose learning needs to be driven by access to linguistic data. Let me show some examples. For instance, in terms of collocations, they are considered a problematic area in the learning of foreign languages. However, only two assistants provide feedback and suggestions in this area. An example is Collocate, which offers real-time collocation suggestions while the user is writing. Sentences examples allow the writer to learn from real usage, as shown here in Pro Writing Aid. However, they are found in less than 10% of the solutions. In terms of corpus integration, Writeful is the only writing assistant that offers full integration with the corpus, allowing the user to find sentences and compare usage by performing different types of queries. This integration of data-driven learning into the writing system is a very powerful feature because not only it allows the user to quickly find and access lexical resources, but it also helps the users to learn based on real usage. Another relevant feature is Phrasebank, and which is a collection of typical phrase structures is available for the user during the writing process. The sentences are grouped by sections of a typical research paper, and it's possible to insert the sentences into the user's text. This is a very relevant feature for L2 users, as it increases productivity by decreasing the amount of time necessary to find reusable lexical bundles. Finally, translation is also a very important feature for L2 researchers. However, translation capabilities were found in less than 10% of the assistants, clearly demonstrating that existing solutions do not focus on L2 writers. Learners they can improve their productivity by being able to translate words and phrases directly from the assistants rather than using a different tool. In terms of language register and target users, although existing researchers can use most solutions, the overwhelming majority of writing assistants are not tailored to the specific needs of academic writing. In terms of type of language, most of them offer general language. In terms of register, the majority offers a neutral register. In terms of target users, most of them targets a general population. In relation to metrics, the most common metric is word count, followed by readability score and reading time. However, their usefulness is limited, as they do not provide specific plans of actions or feedback on how to change the score. Also, their criteria are not appropriate for academic writing, as some of them, such as readability score, were built with a different purpose and a different target audience in mind. Personalization includes features such as a variety of English, first language, English level, and it is one of the largest gaps in existing solutions. And this also shows and indicates that there is a need for more personalized solutions that take into account, like for instance, the writer's first language and actually offer suggestions based on this preference. In terms of user experience, most assistants offer use of colors when showing suggestions. They allow the user to ignore errors, and around 50% of them allow real-time real correction. In terms of access, the majority is online-based, and in terms of integration, around 1/4 of the assistants offer some kind of either browser add-in, Word add-in, or Google Docs add-in. From the writing assistants review, we can see that most assistants actually focus on correctness and developmental issues. In fact, less than 20% of assistants offer help for acceptability issues, and only 2 assistants offer some type of help for cross-linguistic issues. Here we have the overall analysis. To build this analysis, each assistant was assigned a score for overall features and a score for academic-specific features. The overall score was calculated by dividing the available features in each assistant by the total numbers of features. The academic-specific score was calculated by dividing the number of academic-specific features available in each assistant divided by the total number of academic-specific features. The main insights we can take from this is that the majority of solutions are in the low overall and low academic-specific quadrant. Also, only few assistants have high overall score. These include Grammarly, Pro-Writing Aid, Linguistics, and Grade Proof. Additionally, only one assistant has high academic-specific score, Writeful. Finally, it becomes evident that there is a need for a new solution that not only has a high academic-specific score, but it's also powerful enough in terms of overall features. This writing assistant review informed the proposal of a new L2 writing assistant powered by an intralingual translation engine for each L2 users, which takes as input a programmatic L2 academic text and output an improved academic text. The proposal was built by grouping the relevant features into a feedback module and a query assistant module. Feedback assistants are features that offer feedback to the user based on what they are writing. On the other hand, query assistant features are features where the writer searches for help given a query. The feedback assistant was further divided into general feedback, which are features providing general English feedback such as spelling and grammar checker, and also the feedback assistant was divided into academic feedback, which are features providing specific academic writing feedback, including L1 influence issues in style and usage. The general feedback assistant features will be implemented by a grammatical error correction engine, and which will be implemented by an open source library as it's not the main focus of this study. The academic features will be implemented by the intralingual translation engine for L2 users, and it's the core module of my proposed solution. Finally, the query module implements the query assistant features. The combination of the user interface in those two modules form the proposal of the L2 writing assistant. As you can see, the user interface has a main text editor area, which interacts with the feedback module, and also a query input, which interacts with the query module. I have also developed a prototype, which has the main components of the proposal: a text editor in the middle and a query assistant on the sides. Let me show it working. Here's an example of a misspelling, of a grammar error, of a miscollocation with example sentences and frequent use. It also features integrated translation. Here we have an example of an overuse. On the left, we have academic expressions which can be quickly inserted into the text. And on the right side, we have the query assistant which integrates with the corpus tool. We can search for terms, compare frequency, find example sentences. Also, you can translate words and phrases, and also you can get words definition. Thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed the presentation.